it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 3 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, round 18. Today's layout is from Valerie Spencer, I think. And this one is super fun. Sometimes I absolutely love a fairly simple layout. Because it gives you time to be able to kind of interpret it as you will. And so I feel like, well, I hope you can see the sketch when we're done. So when I'm looking at the sketch, I see 2 photos at the bottom, some decoration on top. That's how I am looking at the sketch. So I have this Hip Kit Club kit that I'm using, and I have 2 photos. So I am starting with that quote unquote decoration up at the top where it's really busy. It's got the 3 diamonds. So what I decided to do was to actually take this like letter paper. It's actually like a wreath, which would have been really cool. But I just loved all of that at the top, which actually kind of reminds me, like, I have so many thickers, right? Like, wouldn't that just be the perfect way to use up those random thickers? So I might have to do that. I'll have to try and remember. Because I think it would be fun not only to kind of mimic the same paper, like you could do it in a wreath, but I like this kind of explosion of letters up at the top. Because these are photos of my daughter and I and Sandy, and we are at Disneyland, and we are getting our Starbucks before we go to the parade, because that's what we do. And in the little Starbucks area, they have these little phones, and they're 1890s party lines. So they're having like all these conversations, which is super funny. So both phones play the same thing at the same time. So Sandy tested that out for us. So you can see she's listening to both. So that's what my photos are. So I have 2 photos, and it does look to me in the sketch that one photo is bigger than the other one. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm realizing that second photo that in my brain was a photo is actually journaling. So, but I read that block as another photo. So I will get a little bit of journaling on here. It's not going to get its own block there. I did save the rest of that letter paper. And then I had this blue paper that I had already used a third of it for something else. It was already torn like that, so I just kind of stuck with that. Now this, I don't know what this collection is for, but there are some coffee and tea kind of related things, which is what we got. And so I think it's like a school, maybe it's like a school themed piece. So, so I'm going through, it has chipboard pieces, and it also has, I think it has ephemera. I don't pull out too much of the ephemera, but I definitely pull quite a bit of the chipboard pieces. And then it also has some rub-ons. I did pull one. It says, please, can it be coffee time? And I'm actually going to put that on the photo of Sandy because she's the one that has coffee. My daughter and I had, well, I know I had tea. She might have had like a refresher or something, actually. So in the sketch, there's not like some major embellishments. It looks like underneath that journaling area, there's definitely some embellishing. So I'm just going to embellish around my photo. I'm going to stick kind of to the left-hand side of the photo of my daughter and I, and then I'm going to do opposite corners of Sandy's. So on the top of our photo, there's just like a tab, so I can put the date on there. That's what I'll probably put on there. There's a little piece that says noted, and this is so exciting. And then I guess that piece is kind of like a sun or a floral. It could be floral. And then down on the bottom, there's like a bag that says coffee, and there's like a little coffee cup, and I found a little piece that says tea, so I wanted to put that definitely on our side. There's a ticket. I figure we're at Disneyland. Tickets are good. And then I love this piece at the bottom. It says living your best life, because, you know, when we're at Disneyland, we kind of are living our best life. And then from Scrap and Ink Crafts, I did find a Disney coffee cup, so I did go ahead and put that down. Also added my title that just says hello, because we're on the phone. And then I'm adding some of these pieces from Scrap and Ink Crafts as well. They're just little like Mickey heads. They're super cute. I'm using them as kind of the sequins. And then I think that is going to do it for this layout. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you can see the sketch and got some inspiration. I will have the playlist linked down below. And that's going to do it for me today. So I do have a couple of close-ups. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I love to chat with you. And I do have a final close-up of the whole thing again. So that is going to do it for me today. Remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye.